Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke. All right, joined by Jason Shearer and Cody James Martin behind the scenes. All right, I am going to give Cody James Martin a little bit of grief here first, because the great Dennis Walsh says, my favorite part is when the camera suddenly goes live and everyone has the clueless face before the promo video starts. Listen, I know nothing about technology. Cody James Shearer and Cody can both attest to this. This is true.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Even I told Cody, you've got to hit live or not live. You've got to hit the promo, then you hit live. That's how it works.
I like it. It sees us. People can see us in our natural element
and our natural habitat. Maybe Cody's a very smart guy. We were just talking about how he almost went to Duke out of college. Maybe Cody's playing chess or high school. Maybe he's playing chess, not checkers.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave it alone.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry. I just sent you something very funny, by the way.
Okay.
You'll like it.
What is this? Should I read this on air?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, hold on.
I asked Grok to draw Michael Luke as a furry.
What is Grok? I keep getting this thing.
It's AI. It's just AI, baby.
Look at this. Look at this. Mike Luke is a furry. I would buy some furry van today. Did you see that?
I know. That's why I'm sending it to you.
Yeah. All right. Now, we've got a lot to get to this. Here's the thing. Sure, you're always dragging this show down with all of your...
ADHD is crazy.
Extracurricular nonsense. By the way, I cannot wait. We're going to have an unveiling next week for all the partners, advertisers. Very excited. Okay. Sheer, we got some football recruiting news. We got a scoop. We are going to talk Braden Burries. We are going to talk about, let's see here. We are going to talk about Arizona, Cincinnati. We have a smorgasbord of things to get to. But first, all right, now, let's talk a little bit about Arizona, Cincinnati. All right, everybody hit the like button, by the way. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, Sheer, you like Arizona to beat Cincinnati, but you don't think Cincinnati is good. Break this down, and then we'll work backwards from there.
I think Cincinnati is good. I just don't think they're ranked top 25, 10-2, like awesome. They haven't beat anyone. Their best win is Dayton and Xavier.
Dayton's a good win.
Dayton's a solid win.
Dayton's better than any team Arizona's beaten.
Are they? I don't know, but whatever. Arizona's battle tested. Arizona's played some really good teams already, as we know. Cincinnati, it isn't sold out yet. The students aren't in town. I think Arizona matches up pretty well with them. Cincinnati's a good team, but I like Arizona in this one.
You like Arizona, and here's where it is. You said that Cincinnati is TCU. I think Arizona's better Cincinnati's better than TCU.
They're a little better offensively, I think.
Yes. TCU to me is, and here's what still bothers me about that game, is that Cincinnati, we are going to be honest with you here. Cincinnati has one player that can shoot the ball, and he has not been shooting great of late, but he is a good shooter. That leads me to believe that he is going to make 25 three-pointers this week, because Arizona will not guard him.
I will say that does make me nervous. Cincinnati is a pretty good three-point shooting team.
But they've only really got one very potent one, though.
Yeah, like Jizzle James.
Exactly.
Did you even know who he is?
Is it Jizzle or Jizzy?
It's Jizzle James.
Okay, Jizzle James.
Do you know who he is?
He's LeBron James Jizzle.
Close. He's Edgerrin James's kid.
Oh, that's cool. Jizzle James. I like it. Yeah. Yes.
So he's good. He's good. Right. Dan Skillings is a pretty good shooter. Skillings and Lukosius are the two guys that worry me.
Yeah, it's funny when I'm looking at this. It's funny when I'm looking at I was looking at their numbers earlier today, and it's funny just going down ESPN. Like, you know how it has that thing like the high for the game or whatever, like, and it just shows their last name. It was pretty funny. Everything said James Lukosius. It was like James Lukosius, James Lukosius. So at first, my head's spinning. I'm like, who is this James Lukosius? And then I looked and I'm like, well, duh, it's not it's two separate people.
And Skillings is really good, but he only played in 6 games this year because he was hurt. He had like 18 against Kansas State. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong. They have no size off the bench. And I don't know.
Hey, by the way, did you think this was funny? I don't know. A lot of people got this. He's LeBron James Jizzle. Get it. That was funny. That was funny. A lot of people laughing at this one. All right. Now, real quick. Yesterday, we were talking about this.
Shelby was cracking up about this.
Yes, exactly. I had somebody DM me asking me about this. There is nobody named Colshawn Miller. There is nobody named that. Shear said yesterday he needs to call Sean Miller. And I said, that sounds like a 2026 athlete, call Sean Miller. So I actually had somebody message me asking, looking for a profile of call Sean Miller. There is no call Sean Miller. No call Sean Miller here.
No. Well, there might be. There probably is.
I mean,
that's not who we were talking about.
Do you think there's one person in the world named
100%.
Call Sean Miller?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind.
That might be a poll. Hey, put that poll question out right now.
I'm going to Google Call Sean Miller,
I'll talk.
White pages.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Now, I'm going to keep talking then. All right, Arizona, this is where we're at, though, in the Big 12. This is where we're at, though, when it comes to Arizona in the Big 12. Every single game, a win is a win is a win. That is all that matters to me. This is not the days of playing Stanford and then Cal. Oh, Michael Nikowski, hello. This is not the days of playing Stanford and Cal and Oregon State and all these bum schools. Every single game is going to be difficult. I don't care if Arizona wins by 1 point or 800 points. All I care about is a win.
Yes. I mean, it really
seriously
is. No, it is. And it's, look, you have Cincinnati and West Virginia on the road in the next 2 games. Mm-hmm. Go win one, right? Like one. And I know that people are going to be like, oh, your losses are bad, blah, blah, blah. One win to me is a big deal.
Oh, by the way, I just got somebody else to sign. The great David Rosen just signed up for Wildcat Authority. You are welcome, Sheer. You are welcome. That is totally on me, but it was a good call by him. Okay, let's see here. Michael Nikowski, you might be wrong on this. Michael Nikowski says, the only way Trey Townsend will get a my bad movement from me is if he suits up on the D-line and gets 10 sacks next year. No, should there be a my bad movement if a guy isn't good? And we thought he was good, and we apologize for thinking he was good. Maybe like the reverse of that.
No, there'll never be a my bad. Trey Townsend would have to put up like 5-6 consecutive good games.
Yes. Yeah. Well, no. Do you see what I was saying though? I'm playing chess. You're playing checkers.
Yeah, I always play.
Yeah. Call Sean Miller though. Very good. Yes. David Rosen. Wop. There you go. Sheer. Okay. Now, keys to victory here. A big thing for me is you've got to keep this going with Caleb Love. I know that I sound like a broken record. I don't care. Arizona, I need this. Again, the end of the day, Caleb Love is the best player on this team. I need him to be aggressive. I know some people don't like Caleb Love. I don't care. He's just got to keep doing what he's been doing here, Scare.
Yeah, I mean, look, when Arizona faces a good defensive team, if Caleb Love doesn't play well, it's just hard to imagine them winning at this point.
Right.
Because where are the points coming from? Unless someone else steps up randomly, it's difficult. And you know Cincinnati's entire game plan, just listening to the way that Wes Miller was talking about Caleb Love yesterday, their whole game plan is going to be to make life miserable for Caleb Love.
Yes. Okay. Is the why I do deal with this? Sheer is like, why do I deal with this guy? You deal with me every time. We need
Mike, how many times did we talk on the phone last night?
Oh, gosh.
That might have been a record.
Yeah, because you kept getting information from somebody that was mad at me instead of who could have just DM'd me.
Dude, I was flowing with information. Over the last 24 hours, I'm on a...
We are going to get some of this information out of you. I got no information from this at all. Or I brought in no information. This was all you, Sheer, so I give you credit. All right, now, so if Arizona were to beat Cincinnati, I don't want to say you're playing with house money because every win matters. I get it. But then all of a sudden you get a little bit easier. You're 2-0 in conference play. You're 1-0. Again, I just want wins. That's all I care about. I just want wins.
Yeah. I mean, look, you have so many quad 1 opportunities in this conference. Like every away game is basically a quad 1, quad 2. This is a big win. This would be Arizona's best win of the season without question. Cincinnati, when you're doing the tournament, all that crap, this would be a big win for Arizona.
All right, I just tweeted this out, by the way. This is going to be interesting. We'll have real-time updates during the show. And tweet this out as well. I say, here's the question. Settle a debate with me and Jason Shear. Is there a person in the United States named Call Sean Miller? There we go.
Absolutely.
Just set that out. Listen to this. There we go. There is a it is very interesting. I get Illinois fans that keep saying, I can't imagine listening to your show. I'm going to tune in. All right. Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. That's like the people on, when Bryce James committed, a lot of people tweeted like, who cares? Well, you obviously do. You just responded to the tweet.
You 1000% care. Hey, you know what you should have responded back with? Cope.
Yeah.
Cope.
Idiot.
Rent free, rent free, rent free, rent free.
I just got
Hi,
the
Erica L. Day. Hello, Erica L. Day. I put it in
Erica
escrow.
coming off a hot date last night. Thanks for
Did
joining us.
Erica had a date last night?
Yeah.
Who was her date?
I don't know his name.
Interesting. Ben White is not in town to my knowledge. So
It's a little disappointing.
Oh, yes. Grumpy as Bo, if you're grumpy.
Whoa,
but,
here we go. Cursing Erica again.
Is there a call Sean L. Miller? That's a very good one. Yeah, Dennis Walsh. Okay. Now, let's get to a little bit of Arizona basketball recruiting, and then we're going to get back to Cincinnati here for a second. Braden Burries, he will be performing up in sorry, I was really busy yesterday. He will be performing up in
he's in Gilbert today.
Gilbert, yes, exactly. Arizona is all in. They want Braden Burries. Now, sure, you have reversed a reverse hedge, which I like. I actually found it. You told me about
Somebody's going to get my back in the comments right now.
You told me about a week ago, and we actually have it on the show, that Jaden Bradley and you didn't see any world where Jaden Bradley and Braden Burries would play together. You have reversed course on this.
Yeah, Jaden Bradley, let me rephrase it. Jaden Bradley, Elijah Arenas, and Braden Burries is not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I know people want it to be a thing. It will not. It's not feasible. Right. It's
okay.
Jaden Bradley and Braden Burries is a thing.
Okay, but you didn't. But what made you change that belief?
Look, sometimes you get information, Mike. Sometimes you get information.
Yes, exactly. That. I'm just looking at this now. I don't. I'm looking at this right now.
Mike,
all right.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, apologize. I do apologize. Still.
Okay. I'm very upset.
Yeah, Ben White is upset. Ben White says that is your date. Okay. Now, Jaden, I almost said Braden Bradley. Jaden Bradley and Braden Burries, yes, please. I'm totally cool with that. Here's where I don't want to lose Braden Burries. I don't want to lose Jaden Bradley. Jaden Bradley, to me, is on a team with a ton of talent, is an absolute terror. If you have a lineup where you've got Braden Burries, Jaden Bradley, let's just say Carter Bryant, Koa Peat, and Henry, and he's allowed to just wreak havoc. I almost said unwreak havoc. He's allowed to just wreak havoc out there defensively. Yeah. That's what we want.
Do you think there's someone named Unwreak?
Unwreak?
Unwreak havoc?
Unwreak havoc? No, I think there's a much better chance that there's a call Sean Miller.
Yeah, I like, you know me. Like, I'm always going to take the veteran, pretty much. And Jaden Bradley, I think, is going to be really good next year. I like him a lot this year. I think he's made a jump since last year. I think he'll make another jump. Having a veteran point guard in college basketball is a very big deal. Yes, he may not be as dynamic or an NBA guy like an Elijah or Braden Burries or whatever it is, but there's something to having a senior guard in college basketball that I think is extremely valuable.
He's the epitome, too, of somebody that you want on. He's a winning basketball player. He makes winning plays. He's somebody you want. And like I said, I could see him being I could just see him being an absolute monster, especially defensively. So I do not want to leave him. I don't want him to leave under any circumstances. Okay, now, and Michael Nikowski says he knows the system. Very, very true. All right, now when it comes to Braden Burries, though, I'm going to ask you right now, Jason Scheer.
Here we go.
Right now. Then these are previews for the hedge. Is Arizona's starting backcourt next year Braden Burries and Jaden Bradley?
Sure, why not?
No, I noticed that yesterday, and I had somebody DM me.
Oh, Mike, that's not hedging, dude.
That's your way of trying to get out of it. Oh, I will say that
I hate predicting recruiting. It could change in 10 minutes.
Well, that's fine. Then change your opinion tomorrow.
Well, and then you're going to be mad at me if I change my opinion tomorrow.
No, I'm not going to change your opinion. I wouldn't get mad at you. I don't talk about the past. I only look to the future.
Yeah. If you had a guess, I think Arizona, Burries and Bradley is probably the most realistic right now.
Okay. And let me ask you this, and then we'll keep going. And is your front court then, is your starting small forward Carter Bryant and Koa Peat, more or less, over or under 50%, that's your 3 and 4?
Over 50%.
Yes. What? Very, very good. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. That's kind of where. Do you all plan on putting the podcast on Spotify? They should be on. Spotify. Yeah, Cody James Martin. Get in those comments. They should be in Spotify. Yeah, I change my opinion weekly. But here's the thing: nobody really pays attention to anything that I have to say, so nobody cares. Here, it's it's quality. You should try it sometime. All right, now. Getting back to Arizona, then in Coa.
No TJ Van Martyr. There's no timeline whatsoever. But it's
Yes.
nothing's imminent. I'll tell you that. Nothing's
imminent, but you have to get they're on Spotify.
Elijah Arenas, technically, and I don't know, I don't think this is news, but maybe it is. He's not technically a member of the 2025 class yet. That paperwork is not done. There's some requirements that aren't done. He is still technically a member of the 2026 class.
I've had a number of people that have already told me this. Can we just I'm not going to get into a ton of details, but can we just talk about some of the stuff surrounding it too a little bit? Yeah, all right, fine. Whatever. All right, fine. I'll see what
I don't want to put the kid on blast like that.
Well, no, the kid's not on blast.
Let's just say this. Elijah's got a lot of crap surrounding him.
That has nothing to do with him.
That has nothing to do with him. And it's a situation that could very well lead to him just going to Australia or somewhere and being like, I'm not even playing in college. I'm getting away.
Right. Okay. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. We will leave it at that. Now, let's look up front then. This is a game when you're playing Cincinnati. This is going to be a hammer meets the anvil type game for Henri Veesaar, in my opinion. If Henri Veesaar, we said this, we're going to be on the post game show tomorrow. Jason L. Shear and myself. Maybe Shelby L. Shear should come on at some point.
She should. Absolutely.
Okay, she should. This is people. If he does this. If he balls out against Cincinnati, we're in. The My Bad Henry movement has fully emerged, because I think at that point you start looking at it and you're like, okay, this guy's balling out.
Yeah. I mean, he's got, it's a tough matchup tomorrow with Aziz Bandago. So
that's such a great name.
Yeah, and he's good. He's not a big offensive player, but he's good. He's strong. He's physical. I'm sure he'll be matched up on Dylan Mitchell. Those are two big, tough guys.
Girth.
Yeah, those guys are stronger, probably stronger than Henry. This is a big matchup because Henry's probably there's no problem. He's a better offensive player. When Henry plays, obviously, when he plays like he did against TCU, where he's 6 of 8 with 15 points in 18 minutes, Arizona is really good.
Yes,
but the problem is when Henry doesn't show up, that front court sucks in terms of offensive production. They need offensive production from the front court to beat Cincinnati.
Yes, they do, and that's where it starts with Henri Veesaar. At this point, too, with Trey Townsend, I don't expect anything from Trey Townsend. If he does something cool, if not, just don't turn the ball over. That's where I'm at with Trey Townsend.
Whatever you get positive from Trey Townsend is
a bonus, because I'm not expecting anything. Okay, now KJ Lewis. KJ Lewis last game did far more of what I want KJ Lewis to do, and that he was dishing out assists. Because here's the thing. There's this misconception, I think, that KJ Lewis isn't a smart basketball player. He's actually a very smart basketball player, but when he doesn't do things that when he sticks to what he does well, I know that sounds kind of like an oxymoron.
No, you're right.
But when he sticks to what he does, his hands are always around the ball. He can get into the lane, and he's a fairly good passer, and he doesn't do dumb things. It's when he tries to do stuff that he can't do, like shoot 6 threes or try to, things like that. That's where he comes into the issue there.
Yeah, I think KJ Lewis should start. And the reason is when you take to at least tomorrow, because when you take a look at the lineup, Anthony Del Orso guarding Lukosius gives me nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Their best shooter would be guarded by ADO, because that's just the way it is. And even if you switch them to Skillings, that's not any better.
Like, that sounds like a meal. Switch it over to Skillings.
Yeah, KJ Lewis, in my opinion, should absolutely start. And if not, it's got to be a very quick hook for ADO. KJ Lewis is a good basketball player. The problem is when he thinks he's a 3-point shooter, and then he starts shooting threes, and he doesn't go to the basket or anything like that. When he's, like you said, when he's getting in the lane and he's passing and he's defending and he's rebounding, that's his career. That will make him money.
Did I tell you? I messaged Murph this and he didn't respond. But I messaged Murph this like a week ago. What my thoughts on KJ Lewis are, and KJ Lewis has done much more of that since then. I believe I had a say in this.
I'm sure Murph took out his phone and showed KJ Lewis immediately.
Yes, he said, "You know what? Yeah, you're a good point. This is a good point, Mike Luke. Let's listen to Mike Luke." Okay, Cosmic Contrarian. I do not agree with this. Or no, who was it? Who was it? Oh, Lost Highway, I believe, said the Townsend hate is unwarranted. I don't know. I don't. We're
Hate's a strong word.
We're not hating him. He's just not very good.
Yeah,
I mean, I was wrong.
He's just not very good. We're not going to blow smoke up your rear ends here.
Right. I mean, he's just what is he like? Like Skier says. Skier actually made a good point. What does he do well?
Yeah, I always.
He doesn't rebound. He just stands there. He doesn't finish. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't defend. He doesn't pass. He turns it over. He doesn't do anything well. That's pretty much it. So
but he's definitely scoring 15 points on Saturday.
I would love that. I would love that. Ryan Mitchell says, I am here for the honest content. I am here for men with 2 first names. Ryan Mitchell, Ben White said that as well.
Oh.
Okay. Now.
Your boy on 3. I'm going to give on 3 a little bit of credit here, Mike.
Huh.
Your boy on 3 just now. Joe Tipton, your boy. Crystal Balled, whatever it is. Is it Crystal Ball over there?
Yeah.
Koa to Arizona.
Back the A. What? Now, do they do the crappy thing you do though, where they can just change the crystal ball and then say "I told you so"?
Yes.
Okay. Oh wow, Koa Peat. Oh, this is good. This is good. I always like when you'll ask me for an on 3 of login. I don't have an on 3 login.
Yeah, I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I will retweet this.
I'm gonna find out why they did that.
Sorry, Sheer, I'm cheating on you right now, but I will. Hold on, let me. This is great live. Hold on, where is this? I can't find it. I'm on his timeline right now, and I don't see it anywhere.
He didn't put it on his timeline, dude. Mike, we're going to be here all day. If you're trying to find a link, you tweet it.
Oh, all right, yeah. All right, well, either way, that's good stuff. We will take it, though. Koa Peat to Arizona. Back the freaking A. Koa L. Peat. Also, I need somebody to find his middle name for me. This is huge, though. If Arizona gets Koa Peat, all of a sudden, you've got more margin for error. You know what this is kind of comes down to me a little bit is that if you have better athletes up front, you just have more margin for error. That's the best way that I can put it. Like, look at last year. Last year's team, they weren't great, but with Keyshawn Johnson and Umar Ballo, leader of men, you had more of a margin for error. And this year's team, you have no margin for error. Go ahead.
When was the last time Arizona had a margin for error?
I think last year they had a margin for error. I do. They just did dumb stuff. Yeah, but you got to, I mean, yes and no, because they beat a lot of
margin for error. Clemson.
All right, how about the first year's team? I think had a margin for error.
That's fair.
Okay,
that's probably the only one.
Yes, I'm going to tweet this out right now, and then this is the most often.
What about Arizona football? When did Arizona football have a margin for error?
Margin for error? You know, actually, I think last year they had a margin for not this year, but the previous year. There were a lot of games when they weren't playing well, and they just all of a sudden just like Oklahoma. You got in that big hole, and guess what? Oklahoma just came back.
I'm convinced they signed a deal with the devil last year, 2 years ago.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah.
You're all over the place, Mike. Cody's right.
Yeah,
Cody just texted us on Mike.
But that's
you're
not
out of control today.
This ain't Cody. This ain't anything, bro. Sure's seen way worse. You have.
Yeah.
You have. Yes. I mean, we've spent shows where we literally just talked about fast food and gas the whole time. So yeah.
Gasoline.
All right.
Gasoline.
Yes. Yeah. So if you get Koa Peat, 15-7. That's what we talked about yesterday, and you got to feel pretty good that that's a good indication then for Burries as well. Just because clutch and all of that. Now, I had an interesting remark by somebody. Koa Peat is a one and done, but he's also very he's aware he is not the DeAndre Ayton.
I agree with you. That's why I'm proud of you for saying this, because a lot of people don't have the huevos to say it.
I have all the huevos in the
world.
world.
Koa Peat is not a guaranteed NBA All-Star type of player.
Right. He's, you know what, his he can range from, honestly, if you were to tell me, and again, this is kind of a absurd comparison, but if you were going to tell me that he was going to be PJ Washington in the NBA,
yep,
cool. If
That's
you were also
literally
gonna,
the guy I was thinking of first, PJ
right,
Washington.
well, yeah, get in line. Or if you were going to tell me that he was going to have something like a poor man's Paolo Banchero, I could see any of it.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you develop, because nobody saw Paolo Banchero developing into that, but it's kind of a similar skill set coming out of high school.
I mean, Mike, he was the number one player in college, basically. Paulo was a beast.
No, I'm talking coming out of high school.
In high school, Paulo was a beast, dude.
Was he the number one player? Koa Peat's like 5th.
Yeah, Paulo was like a monster coming out of high school.
Nobody thought that he was going to be like a top 10 player in the NBA.
I don't know. He was really good.
What did you get? Yeah, I'm going to look up his ranking. I wonder what his ranking was.
Dude, he might have been 1. If not, he was like 3.
All right, well, Koa Peat's 5.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, well, anyway, that's good.
Someone just rang my parents' doorbell. They're out of town. Very weird.
Is he? Oh, that's good. Is he? Now the question is Koa Peat a spacer? Do we want him if do we want him if he was a spacer? Or if he's not a spacer?
Yeah, Koa Peat's. Is he a spacer? He's not really a big shooter. To me, Koa's going to be a very good college player, and NBA. I think he'll be solid. I don't think he'll be like immediate NBA All-Star. What are you looking for, Banchero?
What's that?
Are you still looking?
Yeah, no, I'm going to look up Paolo Banchero.
I'll do the time you do. I'll find it for you.
Paolo Banchero 24/7. I'm going to see what he's ranked. I bet he was ranked like 3. Let's see.
So.
Here. Let's see here. He was ranked 2. 2.
Yeah.
2 and 5. Same thing. 2 and 5. Same thing.
Who's in front of them? You know the player in front of them?
I don't know who. I don't.
Little guy named Chet Holmgren.
Okay, well, either way, it doesn't matter. My point stands. I am right. Jordan Shaw is in the portal. Jet is taking L's. It'd be nice to get him back here. All right, so we'll see how that one. We'll see how this one plays out, though. But this is very good news.
Yeah,
though.
Koa, Adam Epstein. You saw Koa last night. He was terrible last night.
What's that?
Koa was really bad last night. I heard he shot at 6 of 20. Literally 6 of 20. It happens.
You're always the one though that says if like, oh well, you got to play well in front of the coaches.
No. He's way past that. But they lost to Harvard Westlake, Nick Kamania.
Right.
So
okay. Hey, somebody asked me about, and I think you'll agree with this here, Sheer. Somebody asked me about the difference between 24/7 and on 3, and I think I think I've got a pretty good.
I'm not going here, but you can if you want.
I will. I know. Yeah. This is where I think it is. On 3 is far better for if you're like me and you barely know what you're watching and you have no idea and any of that stuff. 24/7 is way better when it comes to evaluations. They have boots on the ground. They're just very, very good at the evaluation. When I look, I'll put it to you like this. When I look at the rankings, I 100% value 24/7 over every other. I don't even know the Rivals even does it anymore. I don't know that On 3 is there. On 3 is much better for like the gossip. It's hip with the kids. So they both have 24/7 and On 3 have. They both have interesting lanes, in my opinion, here, where they're both valuable, just in different ways.
That's fine.
I think that was actually a pretty good summation, no?
Yeah, we all agree that Rivals is indeed terrible.
Yeah, I don't think the Rivals is going to be. I don't think the Rivals is going to be.
They got rid of people that were good, like Kristen Peak. We've been using her lately.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at this, Sheer. You want to give me a finder's fee like you should give me many others. David Rosen, looking forward to being part of the Wildcat Authority community. Absolutely. Hop in there. Okay. Now let's get to some Arizona football talk because we are an Arizona football school. And Sheer, do you want to? And ESPN sucks too.
Yeah, I don't pay attention. Yeah, I've never seen Paul Biancardi in an event my entire life.
Yes. Boo. All right. Arizona football, we got a little bit of interesting gossip, a little bit of tidbits.
So last night, offensive lineman Peter Lange, who signed with Washington, his brother Michael Lange, 2026 lineman, is committed. Peter texted me out of the blue and is like, "I'm visiting Arizona soon." And I was like, "You're signed to Washington?" He's like, "I'm out." And then it broke this morning out of coincidence with Sports Illustrated. So Peter Lange, I don't know if he's officially out, but he's going to be released from his letter with Washington. I would consider Arizona to be the heavy favorite.
How much of this do you think factors into the smell?
I didn't ask him, but he's a nice kid, so I can shoot him a text.
Could you ask him about that stench that permeates all throughout Seattle? And that had to have had something to do
It
with it.
sounds like he was lied to by Jed a little bit.
Oh,
Now, he didn't come
lied
out
to
and
by
say that.
Jed? No, stop right there. Stop right there. There is no way Jed lied to anybody.
So Peter has made it very clear he wants to play with Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the assumption was that while he wanted to go to the bigger school, Washington and all that, that they would recruit Michael and try to bring him along.
Right.
Michael was not recruited by Washington. And so Peter started to say, it doesn't sound like you are bringing Michael along.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever Peter goes, even if by some happenstance it's not Arizona, it has to be a school that's going to recruit Michael. That's why everyone, I think it's going to be Arizona. Peter says he's going to take visits. We'll see.
Do you now? Let me ask you this: do you think at some point then, who's the guy that Jed uses as his mouthpiece to make up stuff about like promissory notes? What's that guy's name?
Yeah, I don't know his name anymore.
The ex-Oregon guy. But either way,
George Wrightster.
George Wrightster. That will be a good one. Promissory note. Still looking to take care of that. But everybody's wearing their SRS shirts today. Very good job, Gringo Billy. So that's a good one though. Arizona needs. We've been talking about this. Arizona, you got to beef up the lines. I think honestly, this coaching staff has done a very nice job with the. I think they've already done. I think they've done a very nice job when it comes to the skill position guys. Honestly, going into next season, I feel pretty good about the skill units. You got to get a lot of linemen in the offensive line and the defensive line. Terrible.
I mean, at least they know they got an offensive lineman on campus right now. CJ James, center, would be a big get, good player.
Where's he from?
UTSA, but I believe he started off at New Mexico with Danny G. He's good. He's good. You want me to look up his stuff?
Yeah. Look him up right now.
This is such good live. CJ James.
No, it is.
Yeah, he's a transfer from New Mexico. Went out New Mexico in 2013. He started all 12 games at center. He got injured. Then he went to UTSA and he started there as well. He's 3'10", 6'3", redshirt senior. He would be Arizona's starting center.
Ooh, interesting. So that means Chuba would be out of the running at that point.
Yeah, but he's good. He's good.
Hey, Lamont actually, I messaged Lamont, and he thinks that Chuba could play center. He said he won't, but he said that he could play
what about
center.
like a power back?
Chuba?
You're being very mean to Chuba. I'm not going to go there.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, Jason Shear, the new.
I take the high road.
Yes, you always take the high road. I mean, let's be honest here.
They have 4 visitors today and tomorrow.
Yeah, talk about the visitors.
So Georgia wide receiver, and I forgot he was at Georgia. Michael Jackson III. Great name.
Related to Jizzle Jackson, or what was his name?
No, Jizzle James. Do you remember
Jizzle James? Yes.
Michael Jackson. He is the same Michael Jackson that was at USC. Now he was at USC. Yeah. Remember him?
Yes.
This is his 5th year, I think.
Well, no, I was going to say, oh man, he's one of those COVID kids.
But Seth Dagey was at USC with him.
Oh,
so I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I think this one has a very good chance of happening.
Interesting.
Mike Mitchell from Utah, even though he's signed, he's taking his official.
Okay.
And then Aiden Garnes, the corner from West Virginia, is also taking his official.
I'll be honest with you. I know nothing about Aiden Garnes, but he sounds slow.
He's all right. He's not bad.
He sounds like Owen Goss.
Well, no, there's a big difference between Aiden Garnes and Owen Goss, if you know what I'm saying.
What's the difference?
Athleticism.
Oh, technique?
Yes.
Okay.
Not
all right,
athleticism.
Yes. Okay. Well, fair enough. Okay. Well, that will be an interesting one to find out. Lange would be a very nice reversal for this staff. By the way, I got to hit up Ben again. Would like to be able to get Seth on the show with all the numbers. Also, yes, ads start running on January 15th. Very excited about this. I will say,
I know what you're cooking. And there's one of them where if you get it done, I'm very excited.
Yes, but overall, it's a pretty impressive list.
It's good. We're going national, guys.
Yes, we are going national. We are taking our show on the road.
We should. Okay. We should do a road show.
And we are going to start talking more Big 12 here coming up, though. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, now I was asked about this. Noah Fafita. And the ad reads will be read the exact same way. I will not change
If anything,
those.
they'll be girthier.
Yes, they will be very, they will be very girthy, robust. Yeah. I had somebody message me the other day and say, instead of saying girthy, can you just say like robust? No, I'll say girthy, but I'll throw robust in there from time to time.
Silly request that is.
Yeah, Michael Nitkowski says Owen Goss was Trey Townsend.
I
kind of like the Sam Olsen one, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't think Owen Goss was as bad as people make him out to be. He wasn't bad.
I don't know about.
He had bad moments, but he wasn't bad. How about that? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Shelby killing you right now.
Yeah, Shelby, be nice to me. Shelby
killing you.
Yeah, Jerry Reyes, message me, or you can send me an email at mluke@arizona.edu. Or Cody. Oh no, Cody James Martin. Put the can you put the work email on there? We're so professional. By the way, I am looking. My beard is looking good. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about where we were at then with Noah.
Oh my gosh, Rich Rodriguez just hired Noel Devine to the coaching staff.
Dude, are they going to win the national championship in his first year?
There's two things we have to say. Number one, yes. Number two, Marshall. You know the oh crap, that guy's still in college. You know when we do that fun.
Yeah.
Marshall just announced its signing of Marjon Wright. Remember him?
Dude, the guy that went to like East Tennessee State, then Chattanooga, then back to Arizona. Wasn't he here, Arizona? Wasn't he at Arizona twice?
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, all right. Good for him then. Good for him. All right. Let's talk a little Noah Fifita here. What are your expectations for Noah Fifita next year? It was something I was thinking about yesterday. We assume that we have a competent OC in here, which is something that will definitely. Is somebody breaking into your house?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Well, tell them to wait until after the
podcast. See him?
No, who is it?
I think it's an exterminator. I don't know.
Yeah, looking to exterminate you.
Dude, every time I come on the show, someone tries to murder me.
Remember when that outside when that you were being broken into in your house and like your dog was going crazy trying to protect you?
Yeah, there's a dude staring at me right now, spraying for like bugs, and my mom isn't even home. She hasn't been home for a week.
Oh, you better be very careful. He might be spraying for Jason Shearer. He's like, man, it smells like Shearer in there. All right. Noah Fifita, though. I'm excited. I think a lot of people forgot about Noah Fifita and that he's good. I think this year, listen, you had an OC last year that didn't know what he was doing in Dino Babers, and you spent a whole offseason having an OC where you didn't really have any clue with somebody who knew what he was doing. I'm excited to see him this year, and I think he's actually going to put up some pretty nice numbers. I really do.
I'm very curious about Noah Fifita because it is
You're not a Noah guy. You've never been a Noah guy.
Yeah, never. It's a very different system, right? Like Jedfish was a pro system. I don't know what system Matt Atkins and Dino Babers were, so I can't comment on that. But this is a very different system, and I'm very curious when Noah's asked to get the ball out quickly, how he does. There is no reason, though, in this system with the talent they're putting around him currently where he shouldn't put up numbers. He should finish with pretty good numbers.
Yeah, no, Michael Nitkowski says, what do we think about the wide receiver room? I like it. I know there's no stars, but listen, I think Chris Hunter is going to make a big jump. I think Chris Hunter, obviously. I think Chris Hunter is going to catch for probably, I'm going to say it right now, Sheer. And again, tell me if I'm way off.
This is good.
That's going to be good, right?
1,400 yards.
We should have a Mike Luke hype predictions segment where I just go out there and I just say all of my stupid hype.
I'm just a little pissed you started with Chris Hunter, not Jeremiah Patterson, but go ahead.
Well, we're going to get to Jeremiah Patterson. Trust me. Sometimes you save the best for last.
I get it.
But yeah, I agree with this. I think you've got a bunch of number 2 wide receivers. In a weird way, I'm okay with that.
What were your numbers?
Oh, Chris Hunter, sorry. Yeah, Chris Hunter. I am going to go with Chris Hunter. I am going to go 600 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Oh, I think more. Didn't he have 600 this year?
No, he had 200.
Why is...
By the way, everybody hit the like button. Please, please, please.
Okay, you're going to see something right now, and I'm working on it. And I told Mike before the show. I don't know the details of this, which is why I'm not really reporting it very much. But Leif Magnuson entered the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And it just got tweeted by everyone. I don't know the situation there. Last I heard, he was retired.
I don't.
So it could just be. I don't know. He's like. I think he's in Canada right now.
We wish him the best. We love Leif on this show. Make the best decision for Leif.
He had
Chris,
35 catches for 323 yards and
did
3
he have that many? I
touchdowns.
thought he had like 200 yards. Okay. All right, fine. I am going to readjust my opinion. I'm going to go 750 yards and 7 touchdowns, and he's clearly the best wide receiver on the team.
I would agree with that. The only guy that I think could be wide receiver 1 is going to be between him and Hudson. I like Hudson a lot.
I like Hudson as well, too. He goes to Buffalo spot in Compton.
And he's got a neck tattoo.
That's the
first thing. Mike and I, the first thing we look at is neck tattoos.
Yeah, the first thing, remember, the first time I ever saw a player with a neck tattoo in Arizona was Gerard Randall. Remember he had the big cross? And now, like, everybody has neck tattoos. So I just wanted to ask him about his neck.
One.
Oh, a neck tattoo? Oh, Mike Luke with a neck tattoo? Very impressive. Hudson, though, I like Hudson. Hudson, I think that Hudson's an easy player for me at wide receiver to pencil in for about 500 to 600 yards, 5 to 6 touchdowns. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, I like it. And then I think
Luke,
you're going to see like 5 or 6 guys with like 200 yards,
Right.
Where it's just spread out super. Wysong's another guy.
Wysong is another one. Yes, Lewis Holmes was mentioned in the chat. I saw Lewis Holmes like 10 years ago at the U of A Rec Center, and he weighed like 145 pounds. It was weird. So you got those 3. And then it's too bad we don't have Ben White in here because I would assume the tight end will be utilized in some way, shape, or form. Trey Spivey to me is interesting. I liked Trey Spivey out of high school, but he really didn't do anything at all at Kansas State. But I'll say this. You also have a quarterback that couldn't throw the ball. Generally, it's hard for a wide receiver to put up numbers if you have a quarterback that can't throw the ball.
Yeah, Spivey's a weird one to me. He's not a great route runner. He really isn't. Like, that's his biggest issue.
Well, I know because you've watched all of the Trey Spivey's film.
Well, in high school, he wasn't a great route runner. And then at Kansas State, if you talk to their people, the reason that he never played as much is because he wasn't a great route runner. Physically, he's got all the tools. I mean, He looks the part. You absolutely take your chances on a kid like Trey Spivey.
Yeah, absolutely. I would totally take him. And again, he's also very good friends with Genesis Smith.
Yeah, Brown, Genesis Smith, all those guys.
Hey, where's Malachi Riley going?
I don't know. I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake as well.
I haven't heard anything about him. The only offer I've heard he has is Nevada.
By the way, it does sound like is Takario officially up in SRS?
Yeah, he's gonna
go to. Hey, you know the board. I was on the Washington board the other day though. They've turned on Ephesians Prysock. They don't want Ephesians Prysock back. Did you see that?
Big dub for us.
Yeah, that was a big dub for us. Karma Ephesians Prysock.
I also think I would absolutely take Jordan Shaw. He remembered Shaw was
yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Out of Indiana.
He's in there. I would take.
I would take him. Now let's talk Jeremiah Patterson. I think Portland Timbers is probably the biggest Jeremiah Patterson guy out there. He's been pushing, we've had to basically get to the point with Timbers where we're having to tell him to just kind of slow your roll a little bit here. Slow your roll. He looks really good, but that doesn't mean that he is, what you maybe think he is. This could be a big year for Jeremiah Patterson, though. I mean, I think we're looking at something too. Mr. Tyler Warden, Wysong comps. No, those are Jeremiah Patterson comps.
Those are all just the only white slot.
You're going with all white wide receivers. Yes, it's not called the white receiver unit. But
white receiver.
Yeah, yes. But no, Jeremiah Patterson. I believe Jeremiah Patterson is going. They're going to use him on jets. They're going to use him on all kinds of things. Jeremiah Patterson's going to take the nation by storm.
We say this jokingly, but it's not jokingly.
It's not joking. People think we're kidding. We're not kidding.
Look, if anyone can recognize the value, it's Seth Nagy, right?
And if anybody can recognize wide receiver and how to best utilize them, it's Brent Brennan. And he has been...
What are you laughing at? Brent Brennan, you laugh, Mike. All I know is this. Brandon Cooks, Brent Brennan. Nick Nash, Brent Brennan.
T-Mac, Brent Brennan.
Brennan.
These guys were nothing without Brent Brennan.
I'm just saying, dude.
T-Mac, it wasn't like T-Mac did anything before Brent Brennan came to the U of A.
Brandon Cooks, position coach, Brent Brennan.
Nick Nash clearly struggled without Brent Brennan at San Jose State.
Yeah, hey.
Yes. All right, well, either way. I was having fun with that, so either way.
Yeah, you're very mean.
But
what other white wide receivers can we compare Luke Wysong?
Can we just call him the white receiver unit?
That's what you did.
All right, Eric Decker, Don Hudson, Steve Largent, Luke Weiss song. Oh gosh, that is funny. Michael Nikowski, Brent Brennan is to wide receivers, as Dwayne Aquina is to defensive backs. Yeah, is that one of those ones where you just kind of look at and you're like, yeah.
Let me know when Brent Brennan doesn't coach a good wide receiver.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. But either way, I like the wide receiver unit. I also like the running back unit. I think Noah's got good weapons. I really do. I think that and I'm hopeful that they're going to be able to get the ball out quickly. And I think it's going to be a fairly good. Unit. I really do.
Yeah, you're talking skill position, because we could always go back and be like, none of this matters. What we just talked about for the last.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
if the offensive line sucks. I don't think it's going to suck. I don't think Seth Gagey will allow the offensive line to be bad. I think he's putting in too much work to rebuilding this offensive line.
Lost Highway. Seen a lot of hate about T-Mac redraft, calling him like the 10th best receiver to last year's class.
I haven't seen that at all. Link that if you got it. If you got it, link it, please.
Yes. Yeah, no, I would like to see
Ricky Proehl's a good one, Ryan Mitchell. Ricky
Proehl is a good one. What, for Jeremiah Patterson?
Yeah, the greatest show on turf, a.k.a. Jeremiah Patterson.
Dude, that's what we're going to go with at this point. All right, now let's talk the O-line then, and we're going to get back to a little bit of Cincinnati. We're all over the place. By the way, Cody James Martin, our esteemed producer, keeps messaging saying the show is off the rail. And
I feel like this is going to be our normal Friday show.
Yeah, you haven't seen nothing. I think Portland Timbers is going to be coming on next Friday with us as well. We need to confront him head on about the Jeremiah Patterson love. All right, the offensive line. Here's where I'm at. I think Rhino is definitely, assuming Rhino is healthy, Rhino is going to start at one of the tackles. This is true.
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay. I would assume that the Deuce Boost will be in there at one of the guard positions. This is true.
I think he'll compete for it. I don't think anything's promised. I really don't with this O-line, because a lot of it is system too. Like, I like Rhino, but this is a different system.
Yeah, again, that's why we still have a very good bet going on about Oglesby. You think that Oglesby is going to be? You don't think he's going to be the offensive line coach?
No,
I think he's going to be the offensive line coach next year. That's a good bet.
That is a good bet.
Yes. See how this one does play out. Okay, now at the other positions, then you need like 3 centers. We've already talked about that.
They're going to get a center. I'm not worried about that. It could be the dude visiting today, but they're going to get a center.
Now, who do you think is more likely to be the starting tackle next year? Matthew Lotto or your guy Michael Wooten?
Neither. No chance on either. If you want me to pick one, it would be Lotto, but neither guy.
No, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, are you going to? Oh, what about the Hawaii? Rich Trimmer. What about the Hawaii guy at guard?
I think he's a lock. I think he's a lock to start.
Yes.
I think he out of the guys that they've added, I think DeCamera is the only one that's pretty much a lock to start.
Yes, Mr. Tyler. You know, Mr. Tyler Warden, he just says, I think I have a better chance at starting over a Lotto or Wooten. Belch. I've been belching a lot lately. Mr. Tyler Warden is a big dude. Mr. Tyler Warden has girth.
Who's bigger, Warden or Jacob Franklin?
He's a little girthier than Jacob Franklin. Jacob Franklin, though, is like 6'8".
Like 6'3", 230. Dude, he's
a big dude. He's a big dude. Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking at the O-line right now. The guys they've added, okay? Because DeCamera's going to start. I think Bounds starts. I really do.
But we don't know. We have no clue if Bounds is any good.
I think he is good. But Bounds is everything that we say that we want.
Yeah, I get it.
Man. And then Buchanan, I think Buchanan has a good chance to start too. Those are the 3. I would be surprised if Jordan Brown starts, but I think he'll be a nice depth guy.
Yes. No, I agree with it. I think Lotto does have upside. I really do.
We don't hate Lotto. I just don't think he's ready compared to the guys they're bringing in.
My guy Jacob Saliga was telling me that he thought that Lotto has. I can't remember. I don't want to butcher what he said, but it was something about the best upside of all the Apollo kids. So I thought that was an interesting remark. Okay, now Kobe L. Thiel taking shots at me earlier in the chat here. Where is this remark from Kobe L. Thiel? Oh, here we go. That's good. As someone that doesn't have ADHD, I love experiencing ADHD through Mike.
Have you ever taken medicine for your ADHD? Like at any point?
No. I've never been diagnosed with it. I just assume I have.
Oh, I did. I did when I was younger.
You were diagnosed with ADHD?
Yeah. They make you take these tests. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm not going to take any tests. I ain't changing.
You got to watch the computer, and then you got to you click when something comes on the screen, and within 30 seconds, I was looking outside.
Yeah. Oh no, I wasn't. Like I said, I'm not changing who I am. What you see is what you get. Okay. Now, have we talked about Peter Lange decommitting from UW? Yes. You need to be here earlier. Yosue.
No sway.
Uh,
It's full sway.
Yosue.
I got
Yosue.
you.
It's a great name.
Sway.
Mr. Tyler Warden, do we go after Jordan Shaw? We should go after Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shaw.
I'll ask about that.
Okay. But yes, that would be very good. But that's where I'm kind of at though. I just need the O line to be okay. I just need the O line to be okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's going to be amazing. It's just got to be solid. Not awful like it was last year.
If you do bring back Jeremiah Oglesby, if you do bring back Josh Oglesby and the O line stinks again, that's a fireable offense.
Who are you going to fire? The new coach or Oglesby? Dude, Mike, let's be real here. If the offensive line sucks and the offense as a whole isn't good because of it, they're all fired, including Brent Brennan.
Yes. Okay. There's it has to be better if Fafita will struggle. This is very, very true. Totally different topic, but will this podcast include Arizona women's basketball talk from time to time? But I got to be honest with you. I don't know anything about Arizona women's basketball. I know everybody thinks, no, you don't.
Dude, I can tell you right now everything. They're playing UCF tomorrow. They should win that game.
We did break that we don't think Adia Barnes will be back next year.
If they win the game, they'll score 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
They have no offense. Brea Cunningham, all she does is foul.
Mm-hmm. Okay, keep going.
They need more from Jada Williams. She needs to step up.
Is Jada Williams just not that good?
Yeah, she needs to step up and be more consistent. I like Lauren Swan. I think she's good. The biggest issue that they've had is that Brea still just can't stay on the court
because she just fouls off all the fouls out all the time.
She's just fouling off all the time.
What about Montea?
Look,
is she any good or no?
I don't think anyone's any good.
Oh, okay. What about that Paulina Paris?
She's great.
Does she play?
Oh yeah.
Is she good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right. Hey, sheer nose ball, as they say. How about that?
That's a horrible text that Cody just sent us.
What did he say?
I'll read this out
loud. No, Cody James Martin. No, Cody James Martin. Okay,
Shane Simmons, I don't know. I texted Quinn. What time is it in Canada right now?
It's like it's always 3 p.m. in Canada. It never changes.
I texted Quinn. I'll get to the bottom of it. It's 1:23. Look, I'll just say this. I don't want to tell Quinn or Leif what to do. It's very confusing because he has major concussions, as you saw the big messages and all that. I don't know. It may just see what becomes available. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, we'll see.
Mr. Tyler Warden, Speedy is gone. Malachi, I think, is gone. MGK, what would you say?
I can see MGK back.
Brandon Johnson is gone. Right. MGK is the only one that has a chance to come back.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him coming back. MGK. We'll see. We'll see though. I don't know. That was an odd one though for me, just because
it also depends. Like if they take Aiden Garnes and he happens to commit.
Well, that's the problem.
MGK makes his decision. MGK is not coming to Arizona if they take another corner.
Well, see, that's the problem with the portal is I think that with the portal, a lot of times you just assume that, and I'm just speaking generally, that you just assume, well, I can always just come back. Well, it's a two-way street. If you enter the portal and the,
it's like, is Arizona just supposed to sit there and scratch his ass while you make your decision?
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's just not the way that it goes. Okay, now let's get back to some Arizona basketball before we sign off. By the way, Sheer will be on the post game tomorrow, 2:30, my friends. 2:30. Yes, Takario Davis is 100% out. Honestly, I'm fine with that. I don't want to pull the Sheer thing where it's like everybody that leaves here stinks, but
you just did.
I'm okay with him leaving.
Wow,
I am. I just thought he was bad vibes, dude.
You don't like when a guy talks trash after giving up a 20-yard pass because he made the tackle?
He was just, he was bad and he was talking trash and he was getting it yeah, man. Like I said, it was just bad vibes. That's where we're at. Okay. Let's get back to Arizona, Cincinnati. We got a couple minutes left. I am going to back the A on this one as well. I am going Arizona.
Do it. Do it.
Well, I'm backing the A. I just got to figure out how much I'm backing it. I'm going to
Ken
go.
has Arizona as a 4-point underdog.
I'm going to Arizona 69, Cincinnati 64.
Okay.
How about that? 4.
I went 73 to 70.
All right. Well, we're right in the same boat then. So that should be interesting though. But again, 2:30 though. 2:30 post game show. Okay, I've got to go. I got another business meeting. All right, everybody out there, very much appreciate all of you. We got up to 237 lives today. You guys are fantastic. Sheer, where can they find you doing your work?
Wildcat. By the way, FanDuel Cincinnati -2.5.
Okay. Everybody hit the like, by the way. Only 98 likes.
Wildcat40.com, Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby. Make sure you listen. We also preview the Cincinnati matchup. Thank you.
Yes. All right. By the way, yeah, hopefully Super Snaps next show. We've done all the qualifications. We've done everything. We're just waiting for YouTube to say, yeah, you're good for Super Snaps. Okay. On that note, though, for like and subscribe for Mr. Jason L. Shear, Cody James Martin behind the scenes. Also, everybody in the comment, you guys are fantastic. Very, very much appreciate all of you. Okay. We'll be back with you tomorrow. TTFN, ta-ta for now. You've been listening to the AZ12 podcast.